In day trading, some setups look very good, and after you enter your trade, it didn't go your direction, but rather it gives you a stop out. These are called traps. In this video, I'm going to show you how to identify the traps and how to avoid some of them. Let's get started. I'm going to cover the following topics. Number 1, bull and bear traps basics. Number 2, the traps in day trading. Basically, there are two types of traps, avoidable and unavoidable. Number 3, I'm going to show you some day trading examples. What are the bull and the bear traps? Basically, they are seemingly good setups that lead to losing trades. Here, the setup means all the setups from your strategy. Take this chart for example. In this chart, we have a trend line here, and then there's a trend line break. For trend line break, the trading strategy is we wait for the pullback. These two bull bars serve as the pullback, and then we trade for the signal bar. Then here comes the signal bar. This bear bar looks very good because the tail is at the top, which means the resistance, and the body is leaning towards the bottom. And then we enter at the bottom of this bear bar. Then after the market moves to the downside, we move our stop to the top of the pullback. So here is the total risk between the stop and the entry. If you choose to scalp, then we can use 1 time or 2 times of the risk as our profit target, or anything between 1 or 2. So if we use 1 time of the risk, here is the exit, which is the profit target. In terms of the scalping, I have a video in my channel that shows how to choose the scalping strategy and how to choose the risk and reward ratios. Later on, the market didn't hit the profit target here. Instead, it goes up to hit the stop. So this trade becomes a losing trade. So this setup is a bear trap. In this case, the market eventually goes down. However, in other cases, the market can go up. Now let's move on to the second part of the video, traps in day trading. Basically, the traps can be classified into 2 categories. The first one is avoidable traps. For these traps, we can develop or update our strategies to avoid them. The second is unavoidable traps. So this is part of the game. Basically, your strategy is based on the statistics. For example, you have 80% of the time, the setup will give you a winning trade. And then this 20% refers to the unavoidable traps. Take this chart for example. We have a trendline join here, and then we have a trendline break. For the trendline break, we wait for the pullback, which is this bear bar, and then we trade upward accordingly. We go long when we see this doji bar or this bull bar. However, the market didn't go up any further. Instead, it goes down to give you a stop out. So this is a bull trap. Basically, the issue for this bull trap is that the break for the trend line is not very strong. We can revise the day trading strategy to avoid these traps. So there are a few options. The first option is, for the break, we want to see it's breaking the previous major highs. In this example, there's a major high here. If we draw a level at the top of the major high, then we want the market to break the trend line and also break the previous major high, so the trend is strong enough. Then we can enter after the pullback. This will reduce the probability of the losing trade and increase the winning ratios. The second option is, if there's a trend line from the other side of the trading range, then we can use the width of the trading range as the measurement. For example, here we have this trading range, and then we measure from the top of the trading range to the bottom of the trading range. This is the width. And then we want the market to break this trend line and also break half of the trading range, so we are convinced that the break is strong enough. In this example, we measure from the point of the break and then half of the trading range width. So if the market breaks this level, that means the break is strong enough. This will also reduce the probability of losing trade. The third option is, we want to wait for the consecutive bull bars to be convinced for the strong breakout. In this case, we can see there's only one bull bar breaking the trend line here. That is why the break is not strong enough. Take this chart for example. Again, we have a trend line, and then we have a trendline break. This trendline break is very strong because it is breaking the previous major low here and also even here. And then we wait for the pullback, which is this bull bar. And then here comes the signal bar, which is very strong. And then we enter at the bottom of this bear bar. However, we can see the market didn't go down even further. Instead, it goes back to the upside. The reason that the market stops going even further, it is because there is a level, which is an overnight support level. This is the picture for the whole trading day. On the left, it is the overnight chart. We can see that previously there's a low, and then the market goes to test this low for the first time. And then these two lows define a support level. And then when we enter the trade, the market is right at this level. This is a strong support level. That is why the market didn't go down even further. So from the big picture here, we can see the whole day is a trading range day rather than a trend day. For these types of traps, we have two options. The first option is to study the context. Basically, we need to focus on the picture of the whole day rather than part of it. In this case, the whole day is a trading range day. For trading range, the characteristic is the probability of either upside or downside will be reduced greatly. So that's why we need to be careful in trading the trading range day. The second option is to add necessary support and resistance levels. The previous day's previous high-low in the same day, the pivot levels can all serve as support and resistance levels. When the market moves to the levels, we need to be very careful in observing the behavior of the market before we decide the direction. So in terms of the support and resistance, I have another video in my channel you can refer to. In this example, we have consecutive bars. That means the strong breakout. Here we have 5 consecutive bear bars, 3 here and 3 here. So for the strong breakout, we want to trade for the pullback. So here is the pullback with 2 consecutive bull bars. And then here comes the signal bar. This signal bar is very good because the body accounts over 60% of the candlestick. And then we enter at the bottom of the bear bar. However, we can see the market goes up instead. So this becomes a bear trap. The reason for this bear trap is because when we enter the trade, it is already too late. It's already in the end of the trend. To avoid this type of traps, we need to understand the market. In this chart, we have the first leg, and then the second leg, and the third leg. So the probability for the second leg down has higher probability, and then the probability for the third leg is reduced. Normally, the fourth, fifth, or even later legs has very, very low probabilities. So the solution is we trade only the second or the third leg, or even we only trade for the second leg, which has the highest probability. Another solution is to rate the market carefully, especially we want to understand the price action and see any clue. So again, the first leg here, we can see there's a big tail in this bear bar. This means strong support. That means the market strength to the downside is already reduced. For the second leg, in the middle, we can see there's a bull bar as the pause of the trend. This also is a sign of the weakening of the downtrend. And in the third leg down, we only see 2 bear bars here, rather than 3 like before, or even 5 in the first leg. These are all the signs for the weakening of the market. That means later on when we do the trading, when we see this setup here, the probability will be reduced greatly. We have seen some examples of the avoidable traps. Now let's move on to the unavoidable traps. In this chart, we have a trend line and then a trend line break. This trend line break is very, very strong, and then we wait for the pullback and trade for the signal bar. However, we can see the market didn't go up even further. Instead, it goes down. So this is a trap. And then this is a reversal of the trend. However, in reviewing the whole setup, there's nothing wrong with it. So this is part of the game. And then if the trendline break here gives you the 70-80% of the winning probability, then this setup, these traps, are the other 20 to 30% of the probability of the losing trade. So this is part of the game, and then it is unavoidable. Here's another example. We have a support level here, and then the market breaks the support level. Similar to the trendline break, we wait for the pullback and then trade when we see the signal bars. So here comes the first bear bar, which can serve as the signal bar because the tail at the top is very big, which means resistance. Or we can trade another bear bar here. Both are very good signal bars. However, the market didn't go down for the second leg. Instead, it strongly break up to the upside. And then there's no previous support level at this area. So there's nothing wrong with this setup, and then it's purely just a probability of the losing trade. For this kind of trap, it's really hard to avoid. Here's another example. The market forms an open triangle to the downside. And then when the market goes up here to test the trend line for the third time, we can go short. Because for the trend line support or resistance, the market has 60 to 80% of the time it's going to respect the trend line and then bounce back to the trading range. However, in this example, there's no follow-up going down to the other side of the trend line. Instead, it breaks the top trend line to the upside here. So there's nothing wrong with this setup as well, because the third touch of the trend line gives the highest probability the market will go back to the trading range. It's like 60 to 80%. But in this example, it didn't go down further. It belongs to the other side of the 20 to 40% of the trading range behavior. So this trap is unavoidable. Now let's move on to the last part of the video. Let me show you some trading examples. In this chart, we can see the market strongly breaking out to the downside. And then at this moment, we have two consecutive bull bars, especially the second bull bar is very strong, breaking to the upside. So if you choose to wait for the pullback, this bear bar, and then wait for another good signal bar, bull bar, and then trade upside, then this will become a bull trap. That is because, based on the whole chart here, the downside breakout is very, very strong. So that would take a lot of effort for the buyers to reverse the trend. So here, even though there's a possibility that the market will go up, but the probability will be reduced. It seems that 50-50 would be a very good estimate here. In this example, the market goes down and then reversed. So if you think that the market will continue to go up, and then here's the pullback, and then you enter when you see these two bull bars, then it becomes a bull trap. That is because, like I said, the previous high-low are very important levels. And especially for this example, previously overnight, the market didn't move much, so the whole area here becomes the support or resistance value zone. So when the market goes back to this zone, rather than a single level, we should watch the market behavior. Another thing is, the market is already in the up leg, the end of the trend. That's why this, if you enter here, it becomes a trap. In this example, the market forms a trading range here, and then we have a trendline break to the top. So when we enter here, this is a legitimate bull trap because the market goes down. However, when the market goes up again here and then it pulls back, if you enter here, this becomes another bull trap. The reason for this bull trap is because, take a look at the whole chart here. Do you have a strategy to deal with this chart? If not, then you shouldn't be entering here. Even if you see very strong breakout here, this bull bar is super strong, but it doesn't mean that there's a follow-up. In this chart, we can draw a trend line here. So the market is making higher lows and higher highs. And then when the market goes down to touch this trend line again, so if you enter at this moment to go long, then it becomes a bull trap because the market goes down later on. And then when you see the market breaks out here very strongly and then pulls back and then you enter short here, then this becomes a bear trap. Again, take a look at the whole picture here. Basically, the whole day is a trading range day, and then the market is bouncing between these two levels. So that's why even when the market goes to the one side of the trading range, we need to be very, very careful in entering the trade because the market could go either way. In this example, we have a trend line and then there's a trend line break. However, the market goes very choppy at this area. So when the market goes down again here to test the trend line again, if you enter here, this will become a bull trap. So normally the trading strategy allows you to trade the trend line break, pull back when it tests the trend line again, or the support resistance level when they break and then test the level again. However, in this case, you can see the market becomes very choppy here, which is a good indication of the trading range behavior. So when you take a whole picture of the whole day, you can see that again, the whole day is a trading range. So that's why that in the trading range, we need to be very, very careful in entering the trade, either side. In this example, the market breaks the trading range here and then goes to test the support level 1 here. And then the market has a big, strong bull bar, which shows the upside pressure. But when you enter the market here, it becomes a bull trap because the market goes down even further later on. So in this case, basically we shouldn't be entering here. That is because seeing the whole chart here, previously the market has a breakdown to the downside and then trading range and then to the downside. We didn't see any sign for the reversal of the trend. So that is why you shouldn't be entering here. This is a bull trap. In this example, the market goes down and then enter into a trading range. And then when you see this bear bar, then you enter to the short. However, it becomes a bear trap. Instead, the market goes up. And then when the market goes up to test this level, support level 1, and then pulls back with this good bear bar, and then if you think it's a very good opportunity to short again, and then this becomes another bear trap. Basically, after the market has a breakout and then enter into a trading range, so the direction to either upside or downside will have 50-50. We want to see the market breaks each side of the trading range to decide the direction. And then also for the support level 1 here, we didn't see its very strong support level based on the previous chart here. So that is why these two becomes very good example of the bear traps. In this example, the market goes down for the first leg, pulls back, and second leg. When it pulls back again, here comes a very good signal bear bar. If you enter here, this becomes a bear trap. The market goes up instead. And then when the market goes beyond support level 2 here, and then it pulls back, and then it didn't go down even further, when you see this bull bar, if you enter here, this becomes a bull trap. So that is because if you take a look at the previous chart here, we have the low here. So if you draw a level here, we can see the market has been within this range between this low and also the S2 here for quite a while. So these two levels comes the value zone. So that's why when it gets into the value zone, you need to be very careful when entering your trade. Here's another example of unavoidable bull traps. So basically on this chart, we can see there's a huge breakout with this huge bull trend bar. And then when the market pulls back here, and then with another signal bar, you can enter here. However, the market didn't go up, instead it goes down. And then here comes another pullback, and then gives you another good signal bull bar. And then you enter again. Then the market goes down to reverse the previous bull bar. So this becomes the bull traps. So these bull traps are really unavoidable because there's nothing wrong with the setup. If you enjoyed my video, please don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. You can also go to my channel for more videos. Thank you.